live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 339, and I'm joined once again here by the Brooklyn Outlaw himself, Donovan. What's going on, brother? Good evening.
Another day, man. Another day. Just got home from work, as you already know, so ready to chop it up with you.
No, definitely, man. Glad to finally have you back on. It's been a while. Unfortunately, the last time we spoke, it was around that time that unfortunately you were announcing that you were injured as well. So now we're here. We're back to that 100% and a lot on the table right now. So I'm glad we could finally discuss things, man. But again, how you been? How has that been now, post injury? Now with everything you've been going on in the wrestling scene.
I mean, when I got back, everything moved pretty quickly.
Gotcha.
A couple of good bookings. You know, I ended up out in Florida for what is it? I think CWC or something like that. I don't remember the initials. I'm terrible with that. But CCW. I'm sorry.
Oh, good. There you go.
My bad. CCW. But you know, I was out there with them. You know, rocking out a quick little thing with them, and you know, my normal magic home working with them, and then got a couple of other opportunities, and now, you know, find myself out here in Titan full time as well.
Oh, definitely. And again, and what a way to make that return around Titan as well. It was the first time was a championship match, making your way back with getting that shot with PJ back at, I want to say, Devastation and Destruction. Yes, that's day. Where you got the championship match going head to head with him. And I'm not gonna lie, again, I'm supposed to be unbiased. I know someone's gonna mess with me in the comments for me saying this, but I felt like there were a lot of moments where you almost walked away the new champion, man. Like there was a lot of moments where it's like, PJ might have bit off more than he could chew there.
I mean, PJ already knows, you know, you messing with a veterale over here. So, you know, he was a better man that night. I mean, we've met before for another promotion, and I was on the winning end of that. So, you know, he got his just dues, and you know, after that, you already know there has to be a trifecta at some point. So maybe.
Man, it looks like you could almost get that if, again, everything goes according to plan, because we are only days away from Mount Olympus, where, again, you get that win, you climb the top of the mountain with the gods of Mount Olympus. That guarantees you that up and coming championship match. So your thoughts heading into there with, again, a stacked roster of Titans and a lot of surprises to come.
I'm gonna be kind of honest with you here, Ray. I know that, you know, Mount Olympus is about trying to get to whomever is going to be, you know, the Titan heavyweight champion at the time. Looking like PJ Savage at the moment, but who knows what can happen that night as well. But with that being said, at the same time, yeah, of course, I would love to get that, you know, possible third round with PJ. But I made this very clear. When I came to Titan, there was someone who rubbed me the wrong way. There was somebody that's, you know, he's got everything you want to, you know, and what you want to craft as a professional wrestler. You know, the looks, you know, the physique, everything. And for some reason, he's all gassed up in the head, like everything is, you know, just gonna come his way, I guess. Or maybe that's the feeling that I got when I dealt with him.
Gotcha.
So, you know, and we all know that that's face.
I was gonna say, I feel like that might be, but I could see the face, but I couldn't put the name together. But I assume.
So, you know, like, as I am going after the heavyweight championship, and trust and believe at some point in time, I will be walking around with that. But as of right now, I got to take care of somebody. Again, as I said, didn't rub me the right way. Rub me the wrong way immediately.
No, got you. And again, we saw a little bit of that at the Seaside Showdown during the summer, where we saw you two part of that Rumble, that Battle Royal that would determine the final spot in the Rumble, I should say. And again, you were eliminated. You might have had a little bit of help eliminating him as well, even though you were already out of the match.
I to show him, even though I'm out, I'm not gone. So
well, hey, again, there is no rule book in a battle royal. There is no disqualification. There is nothing that stops it. But before we continue that, we're gonna go to the comments here. Don't stir the pot, Ray. You've been doing that. God, Tyson. Okay. We got Antina in the chat. Hello, hello. We got Wes, Kyle, and Rocco in the chat saying hello and much love. What's going on, guys? Thank you for the support. And then we got Tina showing support, I guess, for Face, saying Face is beautiful.
Oh God.
But it's okay. Again, we're gonna let have
it's tight because when I get my hands on him, that face ain't gonna be so pretty anymore.
That
letting you
enjoy it now, Tina. Enjoy it now. But let's get to that then, because now, so that means we definitely know what to expect. Because even at Savage Intentions, again, it caused both of you a little bit of that momentum going into Mount Olympus. Because as if you guys didn't just see on Titan social medias, the clip was just shown of you two going to just having a brawl and part of the four-way that you guys were in, and just taking it to the back, and still, it took so many to separate you two. So what to expect now going into Saturday? So your focus is on Face. We can confirm here.
No, I mean, let's make it clear. My focus is becoming the #1 contender for the Titan Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
But my objective is to make sure that not only do I break Face's face, but if so happens he ends up lucky in that same situation again, he ain't walking out the winner, dog. That's not going to happen. I mean, he should just write it off for the night. He should just say, let me find Donovan and let's just scrap. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. So why waste your time in that Rumble anyways?
Got you. Which, again, I now have to ask, because I get it. You're still, that's the objective. The main goal, though, is to win Mount Olympus, climb with the gods, all that good stuff. But is this clouding your judgment, though? Again, you're a veteran of the game. Much respect to you, the amount of years and just what you've done in the craft here. But is it smart to go in there with that judgment just on Face? Because I feel like that could take your sight off the prize here. Just a little.
Again, he rubbed me in such a way that the objective is him, man. Okay. The objective, let's put it like this. The objective is making sure he doesn't walk out of that show #1 contender or just walking out, period.
Gotcha.
Got that answer?
Understood. No, again, loud and clear. Just want to throw everything out there, because I can imagine the Titan Nation are wondering as well, like, hey, but why focus on him when you have a who's who and so many competitors that will be making their way in there, that it's like you have to have that equal focus, you know? But again, I get it.
Everything in due time, my guy. I've got quite a few accomplishments in the promotions, and it's all about timing. Timing is everything. So trust me when I tell you, at some point in time, yeah, I'll be shooting for that. I'll be shooting for that heavyweight championship. But right now, there's an objective.
Gotcha. Now again, it's proven, the track record is there. Timing has been everything. It's worked out. You're currently holding some gold on you right now, so it looks like it's been working out for you. So we'll let the plan go accordingly there. Tina,
there you go.
We got Tina saying, I have so much to say, but I gotta behave. Oh, now you're gonna behave, Tina? Come on. If you got something to say to Donovan, he's right here. He's not someone that you gotta hold punches with. So, or unless it's for Face, then if you're trying to defend Face a little bit, then I don't know.
Yeah.
That might lead to some different things. But as again, like I said, you do have some gold. I have to bring up something else that is coming up in the future for you. And that is when it comes to Pro Wrestling Magic. You made your return there a while back, and it wasn't the most peaceful return. It was very chaotic return there, where we saw the implosion, it feels like, of Hispanos Unidos, or at least taking out some of the excess, if you will. Can you talk to us about that? What's been going on between Hispanos Unidos, and just what's happening, man? Like, we'll just...
Well, we'll shoot right from the hip.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was out and I was hurt.
Yeah.
The person that I left in charge of Hispanos Unidos, which was not Pena, stood back and allowed Pena, to think that he had the crew all locked down. Won the heavyweight championship of Pro Wrestling Magic, got all gassed up in the head, thought big things, but same time too, I can't knock Steve Pena because he's an up and coming superstar right now. So you got to give him his props, but he got a little gassed up.
Yep.
And so everything, as expected for a young, gassed up kid, everything fell apart just as quickly. And at that point, obviously, there's a little bit of frustration going on, and he kind of slipped with some words, popping a little bit too much mouth. When I came back, I had to let him know what time it was, and also to make him realize that we're the reason why he's at the dance.
Gotcha.
We got him to the dance. He, which again, I'm not going to knock, he took off. We got him on the main floor, and he took care of the rest. But you always got to be reminded and humbled. So that's what Hispanos Unidos did with him. And obviously, it's very clear that I took away his Dark Arts Championship, what, 3 matches in back on my return? Come on, man. Some veteran status shit right there, if you tell me.
Oh, agreed there. But again, it is something to see how it's been going, how that implosion's been going, which it's a reason I wanted to bring it up because I see a certain someone will be making his debut at Mount Olympus, and that is none other than the finisher Steve Pena. So
I'm happy that Titan brought him in. I'm happy that Steve Pena is getting all the success he rightfully deserves. Just stay on your side of the locker room. That's it.
I really hope we got a little bit better security detail on Saturday. But as we continue though, we talk about that Dark Arts Championship of yours as you'll be defending it at Pro Wrestling Magic come Christmas party here. And you're going up against Alex Rivera, who is very close to Steve Pena, one of his students at the Fallout Shelter. He's been under his wing here. Your thoughts on this one and just the comments even Alex made about doing this for Steve Pena here in his honor.
Well, that's the thing. That's the big mistake he made. He's more focused on I'm gonna do this for you instead of I'm trying to get this for me.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm gonna expose him. I'm gonna show the holes in Steve Pena's training and continue with my Dark Arts Championship run. And let's see if actually Pena can get by Azrael so then he actually could come to Kingdom Come and get his ass whooped by me again.
I was going to say that also will be happening on that night. We got the good guy himself, Azrael, going head to head with Steve Pena. Let's see. Let's see what happens with that one. Again, that is if Steve Pena again makes it through Mount Olympus as well, because you never know. You never know what could happen in that stacked Mount Olympus Rumble.
Like you said, you never know who could show up too.
This is true. Again, we've seen insane surprises before in Mount Olympus. I just talked about it with Harry on Monday. We've seen, current WWE ID prospect Marcus Matters made his official Titan debut out of nowhere, not announced, not anything. Showed up at Mount Olympus one year. And we've seen crazier things happen. We've seen who makes their way. You never know. Never know who could make their way. And we never know what friends Donovan could also make a call to. Again, a veteran status, that Rolodex is pretty long.
Pretty deep.
Pretty long. So you never know who can make their way. Yeah. So.
Right there.
But as we continue here, we got a
good guy, all right?
we got Vince D on the chat there. What's going on? We got Wes and Kyle asking, who would you love to face in the ring that you haven't yet? Oh, there you go.
That's easy question answer. Homicide. So bring me Homicide, dog. That's my dream match right there.
Wait, have you and Theo never wrestled yet?
Yo, me and D never wrestled yet.
That's insane.
Hit me in training, but we've never.
That's insane. Oh man.
the one. That's the one that I. That's the one match I need. I've wrestled. I've wrestled Moth. Um, I've never got to wrestle Key, but the one match I want is with Homicide.
Got you. Well then, that's okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I got to call one of your matches that featured both Mac and Joker a while back for Super Crazy. Got to call that match for you.
I
So,
want to remember that.
yeah, that match. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but come on.
The match was going well, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna blame the little boy. What's going on? We got Conrad from Everything Pro Wrestling in the chat. What's going on? What's going on? Vince still saying hurry up. Well, I think again, Theo will still be around for a while longer. I know that's the running joke. Theo's side is like one moment out. It's like he'll be around for a little while longer.
Just like the guy he looked up to. He's like Terry Funk. He retires, then he comes back, then he retires, then he comes back. He ain't retiring. Just when he tells you that, just go, all right, D.
I always make the joke. I met him, I want to say it was a good 8-9 years ago. Even then, he was saying he was done. So I'm like, I think he'll be around a little longer.
Exactly.
He'll be around a little longer. But no, that someone listening, make that match happen. Someone listening, make that match because that definitely needs to happen, especially in the tri-state. Someone in the tri-state area booked that match.
For sure.
That's a banger right there. But now that Wes and Kyle asked you that question, I got to ask you the one that, if again, it's a hard one. I'll blame Alex Shelley because I started asking it when I interviewed him. That is, looking back at your career so far, what would be a match that you say defines that career?
Damn. That's a good one. That's a real good one. It's a unique one, I'm gonna say. Only because of the circumstance and how the match, the story that was told in the match.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say two of them actually.
Yeah.
One of them was myself versus Eddie McQueen.
Okay.
Very good match. Very good storytelling, and it really you can tell very easily. You can tell who was the good guy, who was the bad guy. That whole gist, and at the same time too, just the ride we were able to take them on.
Yeah.
And I felt the same way as well when I wrestled. The matches I wrestled with Vinny Pacifico.
Okay.
He's a pain in the ass, but really good matches. I don't think any of the matches that me and Vinny ever had were bad matches. We've always killed it. And, and we told a lot of good stories in those matches. I know at one point in time, and it's not to like boast myself, but at one point in time, they were really trying to push Vinny as like the face of the company, and it really was. They were trying really well, and it just wasn't like it wasn't sticking.
Gotcha.
And the payoff obviously was me and him at some point, and I was just like, give me him before we go into the season finale, and then we'll start back up and do everything we needed to do with him. And Vinny is the story. You can't count him out. You can't count the kid out. So the way we put everything, the way the match went and everything like that, it told that story, and it made everybody believe that you can't count him out and he was gonna actually come up and win. And then you still pulled the rug under everybody with me making him pass out. So it still gave that layer, and it got him where he needed to get to, got me where I needed to get to, and then it helped us, continuing into where we needed to go. And again, I didn't have one bad match with Vinny. And then I would say two more that I would bring up would be my match with Tony Deppen.
Okay.
because I really wanted to really go in there and work with him, and it was really good. I felt it was a good match. I got good reviews. And the match against what's this kid's name? I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. You know this already.
All good, man.
Yeah, when I first came back, I feel like an asshole because I don't remember his name right now. The kid with the mohawk. The kid with the mohawk.
Oh,
I forgot his name. Damn, I feel like an asshole for not remembering his name.
I'm trying to remember now too. It's like, wait, Mohawk.
Oh, I feel terrible now. Now I feel like a dick.
Hopefully, someone in the comments, if you know, that would be amazing. Oh man, kid with the Mohawk.
I'm thinking about it now. Now it's driving me crazy.
I'm like, let me try to look it up quick and then see if we could.
Funny part is I have a visual of his face in my head right now.
Yeah,
Because he does excellent facials when he's out there wrestling. Like you can feel everything that's going on within his facial expressions. I think he does the plexer fist or something like that.
Oh, Troy Locke.
Troy Locke. There you go.
There we go. So with the mullet, not with the not the,
What did I say?
we said Mohawk. That's what I was like.
Oh,
He has a Mohawk. I was like, oh man, my head went everywhere else. I'm like, Troy Locke. No, I'll give it to him. I've said it before. Like he has something there that's like, all right.
No, yeah, he's good. He's good. He reminds me of Sammy Callahan during his indie run, like issues and everything like that. But that match for me was like one of those. All right, this is a kid that's actually on his way up, and I'm coming back in the ring. I'm 40 years old. Can I still move the way I move right after this injury, right after being out for so long? And went in there, I've had what I felt was a good match. And then that told me I still felt like my legs weren't under me, but at the same time too, I still came out of that match okay, came out healthy, which always matters first, and breathing was there and everything like that. So I was like, damn, let's go. I can still rock. Let's do this.
Got you. Which I do have to ask, if you don't mind me asking, when it comes to that, when it comes to coming back and making that decision, was there ever that thought in your mind where it's like, you know what, maybe this was that's it. Let's hang it up here.
Nah.
No, it never crossed your mind. That's like, you know what, maybe that's it.
I was tight. I got hurt because there were things coming up that I was excited for. I just didn't want to talk about it yet, obviously, because I that shit in the air and talking to other people. You know how that thing, how it goes in wrestling.
Definitely.
Yeah, watching cheddars like crazy. So I just kept it to myself, and I was excited about things. And then, the injury happened, so I was like really tight, and I was just like, nah, I got to get back in the ring. I was like, I couldn't, like, it drove me crazy sitting there those months. I mean, I was happy watching some of the guys because I was watching IWTV all the time and watching all the Magic shows and some other shows, and just happy seeing everybody starting to develop and everything. So I was really excited to come back in the ring, and I was excited to actually wrestle that kid Troy Locke. Like I handpicked him when I came back. Like they asked who I wanted to work, and I was like, I want to work Troy. So
how'd you know? Again, I had to ask it. I'm like, I can imagine, especially again, your stage in the game where it's like, I know when we spoke, it's like, nah, there's still that third gear you want to get to. So it's like, it's still. So I was like, when that injury came, I'm like, is that still the mentality, or is it like, you know what, we're at the crossroads right now? Where do we go?
Nah, bro, it never went away. Right now, I'm doing it at a pace where I'm just enjoying it, and at the same time, I do want to get there. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't? If you never achieve that milestone, why wouldn't you want to keep pushing for it? And if you don't do it, you're doing it for fun. You're wasting people's time. I'm just being honest, because you're not going to take it as seriously as the next dude that really wants it. Some of those guys might want to, let's take a night off, kid, and something like that. And that's not my mentality. My mentality is always to keep it pushing. Keep pushing hard. And if you feel like you can't do it anymore, continue to push yourself even more there. So I'm always the type that I just want to keep going not, and even more so that I didn't achieve the goal that I wanted to achieve, that I'll still be that stubborn ass dude that's gonna keep going, you know.
Got you.
Around and still be.
Hey man, again, you keep it going, man. You keep it going with that, and it's. I'll steal the line from Billy. It's all gas, no brakes with it, man. It's all gas, no brakes. But we keep going with this because now I do want to bring up when it comes to now again in that mode back at that 100% here. When it comes to that Titan locker room now, I know again sights are set on Face. PJ's still there as well because that championship is in that foresight. But when it comes to now the Titan locker room, who's there that it's like, you know what, I gotta square up with him eventually.
Well, I mean, Gangon's there. Me and Gangon have never worked one-on-one. It's always been a multi-man match or something like that, a tag match. But even in those phases, I mean, we teamed up as a tag team too at one point. And in those phases, you could see that the chemistry was there. So, you know, I really like to give it a go with Gangon.
He also has some gold right now, so that also works. He's got that mob. I say he also has some gold right now, so that also works. He's got that Mob 5 TV American Championship. So
way up, right?
There you go. So you got Gangon. Who else? Is there anyone else that's like
go Face? Because I want to. And then again, I'm telling you, I'm terrible with kids. Terrible with names.
Yeah.
Names. I just actually wrestled him in that 4-way.
Michael Fain or because you had the match already with Mr. James. I would assume.
Yeah, Fain.
Michael Fain. Yep.
Fain. Yeah. I've already wrestled James enough times already.
Yeah,
I love wrestling James too. James is a good worker. He's a very good worker, very good athlete. Yeah. And it's fun when you can work with someone that you're comfortable with, or just someone you have chemistry with because you know them for so long, and you guys kind of feed off of each other when you're putting everything together.
Of course.
It's something where, and even when you question each other, you guys trust each other's decision on what's going on. You know.
Not you.
That's what I have. EJ. So
there you go. No, definitely. So again, that's something. I can imagine he's gonna probably want to run it back eventually, though, because it didn't end the way he would have wanted.
That's it. No rematches.
If you ask my broadcast partner Harry, he was like, "Hey, it's a win is a win." I'm just like, but the eyes, man. Like,
no, I was taking the sweat out of his eyes.
Okay. Again, I gotta remain unbiased. So I'm gonna just go by what you said. So of course, yeah, that makes sense. It's just
I had to clean his eye, and then I saw that it was still there, so I had to just kick it, and be down, and I took advantage of the situation. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. See, it's a thoughtful man. He's a veteran of the game. He's been there before. He's seen it happen to many guys. That's like, you know what? Just helping him out. All right, got you.
For the people, bro.
There you go. So we got that. So Michael Fain in the future, Dr. Sleep, Anthony Gangon, especially Face. We know Face is on that list. Face is gonna be there for a while until he breaks his face, and then the eventual trifecta with PJ Savage.
And again,
whoever's the champion. So
he wants to be the face of the company, so I'll just smear his face all over the mat, and that'll just complete the mission at hand. That's it. I don't need to see him no more. He'll be all right.
Actually, there you go. Again, to the Titan Nation. There you go. You never know what could happen. Again, we're going into 5 years of Titan Championship Wrestling. You never know. You never know what could happen as we're getting closer, especially as we're on our way to Mount Olympus this Saturday night. If you guys haven't already, make sure you get your tickets because you have till tomorrow at 8 p.m. Tickets are $10. You can't beat that. They're starting at $10 for a stacked Rumble event, as well as a stacked card, top to bottom, multiple championship matches. So if you haven't already, make sure you get your tickets now by following the link in the description down below, where you'll see that huge Mount Olympus Rumble featuring the Brooklyn Outlaw himself, Donovan, and so many more Titans and some more surprises that you never know. You never know who's making their way in that Rumble. Could it be someone that we haven't seen in Titan in a while or ever before? You never know. You never know who can make their way to that Rumble.
Never know.
So, but before we start wrapping this up, want to remind everyone, if they haven't already as well, to go follow Titan on their social media right there, Titan Championship Wrestling on Instagram, at Titan Champions 1 on X. Follow Donovan as well on his social media, BK_Outlaw718 on Instagram, on X at BK_Outlaw718 right there. And I got to ask this because I feel like I can't remember if I asked it on the first interview we did. So I got to ask it now, especially when it comes to just representing BK, man, representing Brooklyn. How important is that for you, no matter where you go and when you just competing, representing that and having that be a part of everything you do?
Never forget where you came from. You know, I mean, a lot of the corny ass wrestlers want to point out where I live now, so I'll tell everybody I live in New Jersey now. So, but it's corny as hell because that's cheap heat, trying to get cheap heat. Oh, you don't live in Brooklyn no more. I'm never gonna stop representing where I live. I was raised in Brooklyn, you know, for my adolescent life to my teens into just starting out being an adult. So my first son was on his way. I'll always represent where I came from. I'll never forget where I came from. That's why I am who I am. That's why I act the way I act with people. You know, I'm very straightforward. If I like you, I like you. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. There's no two ways about me. There's no 22 ways about me. You either like me or you don't. You know, and for me, always representing where you came from is very important because it keeps your head to the ground. You know, no matter what success comes your way, always remember exactly where you started in life. You know, you can never forget that. No matter how much money you got, how much you have, how many people are sweating you, it should make no difference. You should always be that level-headed person that always remembers where they came from, and remember that your starts wasn't always the best. And even if at one point you started out that way, there's always going to be that plummet to reemerge. You always got to remember that. So for me, it's very important to represent BK. It made me who I am. It's why I am the way I am. So I'll never stop repping it.
Got you. There you go. Love to hear that. And now it's one of those things where I can imagine that's always going to be the, hey, but you left it. Hey, we all got to move away eventually. Doesn't mean it leaves us. Doesn't mean it leaves us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you got to escalate in life. If you're going to stay in the same place for the rest of your life, how's that? How are you elevating? How are you trying to level though? So I got to be a grown ass man, take care of my kids, put them in a better situation than I was in. Same time, never forget where I came from, and bang out like I never forgot where I came from.
There you go. There we go. We got the boss man in the chat now. What's going on, Billy? What's going on? We'll see you Saturday, as well as Nettie in the chat. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Lovely Nettie, who'll be taking amazing photographs this weekend as well. Definitely always support to Nettie. But no, man, that's something. And again, you see with a lot of the guys, I always talk to Theo Mack about it. I currently live where it's no secret to where him and Key were just wrestling at one point on the street. Like, I'm still in BK. I might also be leaving eventually, like maybe in the next year or so. So hey, it happens.
York is expensive.
You're telling me. Exactly. That's why I'm like, you know what? Might be better off. So you never know. But no, definitely again, man. It's always a pleasure sitting down with you, and definitely can't wait for this weekend. So again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you're there. Be there for Mount Olympus this Saturday night. And if you can make it again to end the month as well, make it down to Pro Wrestling Magic for their Christmas party on the road to Kingdom Come, as you'll see the Brooklyn Outlaw himself, Donovan, defend that Dark Arts Championship against Alex Rivera. And again, see how the implosion continues, unfortunately, for Hispanos Unidos. Hopefully, some things can be fixed, man.
There ain't no implosions with Hispanos Unidos. Everything's straight over there. Everything's good. And we just have to take care of a couple things, You never know,
That's what I'm hoping. I know it lost a member, it gained one. I know Chris Cage is now doing his thing over there. It's like,
And
It's
Cage is my friend since high school, so you got to bring in the family at some point in time, to take care of some business. Someone that's going to remind you of the dog that you really are. And like that same dog is going to be at Titan this Saturday when I'm whooping on Face's ass. I'm telling you, it's just going to continue. It's a lot of violence and chaos coming to Titan as well as Pro Wrestling Magic in the next coming weeks.
like I said again, Billy. Now that you're here in the chat, can we please make sure there's some security? Because yeah, we got Donovan looking for Face, and now Steve Pena because he's gonna be there this weekend. Yeah, let's just make sure we're good because you never know what's gonna happen. But ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, everybody.
I'll whoop your ass, Face.